I had a fight, about 10 of them in like 2 years. So they put me out for 2 years and I couldn't come back there, so I went to Helen Cox. I left from Helen Cox because I got kicked out of there and I went back to Gretna. And when I was at Gretna, I had a really big fight and they kicked me out. And when we went to Rivard, we had a fight in the Rivard facility, me and a guy. It's a juvenile detention center, and at some point in the mid-90s, they decided if you had fights or anything like that, you would go to Rivard instead of going to jail. You were a minor, so that's like a juvenile facility, so we went there. My parents were like, you know, this is what you want to do with your life? You're gonna regret it. I lived my life. This is yours. But when they took us to Angola and stuff we heard while we were out there, you know, and some of the, I was 13, I wasn't ready to hear that. I cried all night, and, you know, face down in my, you know, in my cell, on my pillow, I cried because I was like, I can't do this no more. You know, that was definitely the turning point for me.
So that's how I explain to them, is that you do have potential and we recognize that, and it's we want you to be successful. This is another way that we're trying to push you to help you to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so at the end of the day, y'all are going to do the stats on the groups. In the group that wins, we'll dwindle it down somehow. I'm sure y'all figured it out to one group, which is going to be approximately, if I'm looking at it with the amount of people, about eight. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, eight kids, so we'll divide it up in a minute. And what they get is next Thursday, they get to choose one of their friends here at school, and we're all gonna walk for 6th and 7th period. We're walking them down to the bowling alley, and they get to do a whole bowling and lunch thing. So
the way it started is that we wanted to do something for a group as African American boys because we want to get them sort of pumped up for not only the state test at the end of the year, but also their future. And we talked to the teachers and we talked about, you know, what is a way to sort of, you know, we're sort of combating apathy here, you know. We're trying to get kids to really understand that what they're doing in middle school, even though they're very young, is going to affect their future. So we actually designed the day, and Marcus Bourne, our school police officer, jumped on board and said, okay, we're going to get some guys. And then Angelo and Marcus are very close friends, and then he came to see us and told us about the nonprofit, and we had sort of put together some little things, you know, little obstacle course, and they said, cancel all that, we're going to take over. And I was like, yes, you know. So you know, this was sort of their idea of you know, of how it could be and how they could expand it and how they could motivate the kids. And they brought a lot of the guys. We had some other volunteers, but they brought a lot of the guys to volunteer, and it's just been wonderful.
Mentor is Dondrick. Where's Dondrick? Here we go. Let's get Dondrick's team members. Dalmetry Dickerson, come on down.
Well, I just think, you know, we're offering a lot of things for them in terms of, you know, extra help and stuff like that, but I also think it's important to see a positive male role model. You know, I'm a white woman, so I can, you know, the exact opposite of them. So I can, you know, try to think of things that will motivate them and inspire them and things like that, but I feel like, you know, a man coming in and really doing these fun sports activities and someone who is a good role model that, you know, has made a great life for themselves, they're going to be better at showing these kids the way sometimes than me.
Right. It was important that we got those kids that were, you know, if we had 120 young black kids, that they saw black men standing in front of them. So it was men talking to young men. And it was important that it was just, but that also brings that bond, and that brings that barbershop type feel to it when it's just the fellas and we can just talk and show them by having it just be men, black men, you know, that look to the left, look to the right, black boys, look straight ahead, and we're a reflection of what you'll be in the next 20 years. If you realize I have to want more than to just be like everybody else that I see when I might walk out of my house standing on the corner. Right. Okay? So we're going to take it off. Everybody stand right here to the fence. And you're going to do it as many times as you can, okay?
All right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's go, strong guy.
Push it, push it, push it, push it.
There you go.
Push it. Yeah.
Nice.
Hold on, let's see if you remember. Let's see if you remember. Let's see if you remember. Come on, remember. 1, 2, 3.
Good?
Come on, man, let's get it clean. Let's get it clean. Let's get it clean. Let's get it clean. Let's do it clean. 1, 2, 3. We out of here.
Good job.
It's the first time I ever.
With that being said, y'all have to think every day, and it starts now, what do I want to do with my life? What am I good at?
Y'all change what y'all gonna do, or the path that y'all going down, then that mean I succeed. All right? So give yourselves a round of applause. And I want everybody to slide in together, so we're gonna take one big picture with each other. From us trying to instill into them how important the schoolwork is, to just know that somebody cares, that it's not just you, that there are people that genuinely care, that doesn't have to, but we just do. That was one of the biggest things.